Yeah, I would say I will start with my dad because he was not even a devotee of Swami. He was actually even an anti-Swami. So he came across Swami and he used to spend money making pamphlets and giving it to the people on the road not to follow Swami. That's how it started. So it was absolute anti-Swami. From there, he had one lifetime experience. He had applied for a job, and one more friend of his also applied for the same job in his name. So those days it was easy, so that we didn't have a communication to tell, so somebody else applied in his name, and he had also applied. Fortunately, that guy's letter had come back, and so Swami dad said, if that comes happens and I get selected, then I'll become Swami's devotee, and that happened. I'm talking about, this is around more than 6 decades ago. And
Oh,
that's how he became a devotee of Swami, and from then we all started following Swami. And I remember when I came for the first time, it was in my class 2. We were in Chennai, and I remember telling very clearly to my classmates, the bus will go straight and then go up to the heaven, because we were all studying in Christian schools and we knew God was in the heaven, it will be up. So bus would go somewhere up. And we were waiting out to see ice, and bus was continuously going on the road. So only when we came to Prasanthi Nilayam, those days there was no big mandir, and also there were all the trees, and we used to keep our luggages and go for Swami Darshan. That's how our experience started. We were three brothers, and all five of us, my dad, mom, and the three of us, we used to come every year to come and have darshan of Swami. And dad became completely, he was the spiritual convener, then he became the Balavikas guru. And we all went through that Balavikas, pre-seva, all those trainings which he had gone through. So I think that has fundamentally been part of our life. And dad was a hardcore non-vegetarian, completely changed to very vegetarian. And we took long time because we were not that close to Swami at that time. But over a period of time, we also gave up, and we are now purely vegetarians, entire family. So I think it's all started with dad, but then each of us built our own experience with Swami, and there has been he's been very close to us, that words cannot explain the real feelings what we have with him, because it's completely one on one, and what we can tell is only the experience which we feel with Swami. And even today's visit was not even planned. I was just calling my sister-in-law, I want to come to Chennai from Hyderabad. She said, no, you go to Puttaparthi. So I am here. So, and when she says you go to Puttaparthi, it's not my calling, it's not her calling, it's Swami's calling. So I am here, and that's how I am here today. So I'm always indebted to him. Whatever I am today, it's only because of him, and that will continue as long as I hit the grave.
as you said, whatever you are today, it's because of him. So tell us how Swami guided your life.
Several experiences, both in school, college, as well as my career. College, I did my engineering from Madras University, now called Anna University, and passed out my engineering and then started working. It was not an easy those days. I'm talking about 1988. I passed out. It was not easy to get some job, but I was very clear I wouldn't join where my dad is working, though it was easy to get that. But I said I will get, because Swami is there. Found a job on my own merit, and I'm happy where I am. And last 26 years, I'm with a company called Schneider Electric. I grew with them, and I'm happy to be in a position where I can feel that it is good to the myself as well as the company, and it has not happened without any Swami's grace. The biggest one is a big change, because I was then the regional manager based out of Pune, handling Western region. That company nominated me to do my MBA at ISB, the Indian School of Business in Hyderabad. But at the same time, there was a change in management, and the new managing director wanted me to take up a different role. And when this role was presented to me, I was not ready to take it, because obviously I was interested to go to ISB. But I wouldn't take the decision, since I had already decided to come to Puttaparthi. So when I landed in Puttaparthi, I went for Swami Darshan, but unfortunately Swami didn't come. But I stayed back in, and those days there was no queue. You'd have to go and take the tokens, and even you could be taking the first token, but you can landed up in the last. row. But I got token number 2. I picked the token and I sat in the first row. When he was coming almost close to 20 meters, I was always uttering ISB director, ISB director. Suddenly, when he came almost close to 10 meters, my mouth got locked, eyes got locked, nothing moved, and I kept saying director, director, director. It ended, nothing happened. Director, that's the last word. And Swami moved and then went away. Only after he crossed 10 meters later, then I could open up my mouth and say, yes, Swami has given the decision clearly. And nothing, no words, nothing happened. But then eyes, two eyes meeting each other, and all the messages was given. I think that's the big change I had. I moved from one of the uh, very many regional managers to directly part of the management team in India, and that started the movement in terms of my career. And thanks Swami for all the guidance he has given. And the story doesn't end there. The biggest story is that I decided to leave ISB. Next day, I reached Tirupati. I get a message from ISB saying that they've rejected me. And I was not regretting at all, because it was me who rejected ISB first before they rejected me. So, no offense to ISB, but it was Swami's decision that I should take up this role. And I am where I am today because of Swami's decision. So, I think Swami gives you the message in his own way. And sometimes there is no words, no written, nothing, but you get a message directly from him, even without one word coming out of his mouth.
I think so. Darshan is, was, and always will be the most powerful experience.
I agree.
In the darshan session, what came out of your mouth was, you knew that that is what is being prompted by
Yeah.
Bhagwan. And I think even today that's what happens. You go to mandir and you prostrate, and people get their messages. They know Swami is guiding their lives.
Yes, yes,
And
pretty much.
I'm sure in the later years also, whenever you had come for Bhagwan's darshan, every time it would have been a life changing experience for you.
I mean, I think coming to Prasanthi Nilayam is always a different experience every time when you come, because you don't come there expecting something. You are there coming there to thank him the opportunity. First thing when I enter Mandir, I go to Ganesh Mandir. First thing I say, thank you for allowing me to reach here. I'm getting tears in my eyes, but this is the truth, because every time I enter Mandir, first thing I go to Ganesh Mandir, he says, thank you for allowing me to come and reach here. Because Swami is told very clearly, without his will, you can't enter Prashant Nilayam. And that's true. I've tried so many times, and I've never had the opportunity where I could not go, I'm busy, I cannot travel. If somebody says I'm going to Parthi or you're coming, I can never say no. Even today, I'll turn 60 in a few days, but I cannot say no to Parthi. And that's one place even my family doesn't object. If I say I'm going to Puttaparthi, they will not object at all, because they know that I'm too close. My day starts with 1008 Om Sri Sai Rams and 108 Sai Gayatri every day, 365 days a year. I can't sleep without saying Om Sri Sai Ram 1008 times. Write Om Sri Sai Ram 108 times. Without that, no day can end or for me any day. This is because of I don't write in anticipation of anything. For me, this is the way of remembering Swami every opportunity I get. So this is way I built myself, and so I always tell people, if you are in trouble, write Om Sri Sai Ram. Swami will find you a solution. Don't worry about it. Don't believe God, no problem. Don't believe Swami, no problem. But just write Om Sri Sai Ram 108 times every day. You will find a solution. I tell this to everybody, and whomever I come across whom are in trouble, and I tell them to do it, and whomever I met, I feel they have got the solution.
So tell us, how have you felt his protection? How have you felt his presence
Several
all
things,
these
because
years?
you are in an opportunity, you are in in an organization where you always are not the only person you always have people around you, and you don't you're not always blessed with people whom you will always love to have in an organization. And in Sai organization, you have been clearly known more do's than don'ts. And fortunately, I work with a company where the value system is almost matching with that of Swami. So we always say that our values are what we do when no one else sees you, and that's how we built up. And this is what we tell our next generation of people, because I've seen more than 3 generations of people working in the company. And every 10 years, you see 1 decade of people. I've spent almost 3 decades in the company, so 3 generations of people. And People who stick to the organization obviously have the values built up, and that's what we start training with the new generation. They obviously, the new gen have a different expectations from corporate life, but as a leader, is your expectation is to pass on to what is the basic expectation of the organization and what is your purpose in the organization, because it has to match. If your purpose is to make money, then obviously this organization is not the only, there are several of them, so you need to put that. And whenever you are in crossroads in your personal life, in corporate life, all you do is go back home and tell that Swami, you need to save me out. I'm doing what is right, and I am doing for the organization's sake, and you need to help me out. He will find a way. You cannot always tell how, what, but suddenly there are times when there are two people in your own team or at loggerheads, and you are good to both of them, and they are good to both of you, but between them they don't get along well, and you have to take a call between both of you. Then you have to, it really shows your mettle and experience, but it cannot show out unless you have Swami's guidance to tell the right thing to the right person. So several times it has happened, and I've been lucky enough to wade through such kind of complexities without hurting both of them, but giving the message to the person who has not done it right way. So it's you need to live with them, but at the same time ensure that the person who is doing mistake has to be told that this cannot continue. So you cannot be always too good, but just to become happy, be happy with everybody. But at the end of the day, the wrongs have to be corrected, and that has happened, and they have felt they've changed, and they also after some time come back and told what you did that day was right. So but then you need to have the conviction in yourself and the confidence that Swami will back you up for whatever decision you take, and that as long as it's with you, and because that nobody can take it off from you, that is between you and Swami. And I always say it is B2B, Balaji to Baba connection. So it is not business to business, it is Balaji Baba connection. I always have that intrinsic connection, and I whatever opportunity I get to serve Swami, I would not say no. And I've been with Swami's organization since more than 5 decades now. So that's the only one which is close to me all the time.
We know that you played a very big role in Bhagwan's 100th birthday celebrations. So tell us about how thrilling was that to be part of Bhagwan's centenary
Yeah.
celebrations.
So I was here for the 99th birthday celebration also. But the 100th celebration, I should start thanking with Sundar. Sundar ji told me very clearly, Balaji, plan 10 days, not 1 day, 2 days. You will come 10 days, and we have enough for you to. So you plan for 10 days. So I was here a week before, and when it started was not syncing the kind of work pending for us. It was slow, but the days leading to that 100th centenary celebration start, it was really, really, the job was getting multiplied in few hours. And then towards the end, when I was made responsible for ensuring that the drone takes off and takes off in time, but everybody knows just before the drone was to fly up and we had everybody ready, then came the rains. The people who had come from the agencies came from Delhi. They were a bit worried because each drone has got a battery, and the water goes into the battery. That's useless. And we had more than close to 2,000 plus drones, and you can't change batteries so fast. And then there is a shortage of time, and the battery needs to be charged, and they are not ready-made charge. You have to charge them, so you don't have time. So we've been charging them for the past 1.5 days, and you can't recharge new batteries. So it was absolutely challenging, and they were worried the entire thing would go off. I told him, Swami tests. This is how he tests you. I said, don't worry, it will pass. So back of everybody was checking the weather application. I said 8 o'clock rain stopped to 6%. It was at 20%, 25%. Then at 8 p.m. it said 6%. So I told Mr. Sundar, please manage till 6 o'clock. Thankfully, the bhajan singer was happy because he had to sing multiple songs to keep the people crowd in, and the crowd were also getting restless because rain, and it was expected to go. Then we had to close it. Again, we had to bring it back. Again, we had to remove it and do it. But when it took off, it was amazing. I still keep looking at the video, which I myself made it during that. Beautiful the way it took off. I mean, all of them, not even one stood back. Everything went up and did its job. I understand that too much of work has been done by Sundar and his team to get it up, but that day really proved. And I went and told the lady who was the owner, partner of that company, who came and told, Balaji, how come you had that confidence? I said, it is not the confidence, it is the life we have been like that. He will give you a challenge. He is testing you. And on his own 100th centenary, is not going to make it flop. It's his own birthday. We are not celebrating my birthday. It is his birthday and it's centenary, and we will not let it go. And people who went back, they are the people who missed it, but people who stayed back, they enjoyed it. And I think it also showed that Swami tests you every part of your life, even on his own celebration, he tests you. And that was a proof that you have confidence in him and it will sail through. And for me, that was one lesson which rebuilt my confidence again on myself, that leave it to him and he'll get it done.
As Swami always said, that test is my taste. And I think all of us have also experienced that, yes, you will have tests, but if you keep your faith, then that tests will become testimonies of his love. And I think that is what even the 100th birthday celebration also was.
Everything
The drone
went
show
smooth.
was.
And the last one, which was the closing ceremony, that he put it. Until then, nothing was stopped. Everything went fine. And this one, and the people who are basically the one who are working on that, they were really, really said they worked so much. We did so much of trials and error to get it done. And now with all this going, we need at least 30 minutes no rain. But once it take off, it should not rain till it comes down. Because once it rains, everything will stop falling down. That could be dangerous. We can't control where it fall. So they were praying. I said, don't worry. Once it takes off, don't worry. After that, Swami will take it off. He wouldn't let it happen. And it flew off, went off completely, though it was delayed by almost an hour and a half. So suppose start at 7, went at almost at 8:20, 8:30. But completely it went very well. I mean, it was mesmerizing for us to see it starting from the ground to go up, and then for people who are seeing only from the back end. But when people are sitting there, standing there in front of it and looking at small the drones, and that would convert into different lights, different colors. I mean, that was really worth to. I think it's worth a lifetime seeing it happening in front of you. That's something totally different. You won't believe the previous day when we came for checking that we test, since there were a lot of VIPs, there was restriction in taking drones up because as per protocols we had to follow that. So we were given time only to test 1.5 hours before the 2 hours before the event. After the VP left, then only we had to do it. So we had only so much time to do the entire practice session, and we can't do the entire thing practice because everybody can see it from outside. So we only have to do few of them. If you went, the rest all will go. So, but we didn't close it. And Sundar came, I have not seen you do it again. So again, we bring it back. Again did it. He said, okay, now I am confident. Go ahead. So I think it was a test of everybody's self-confidence as well as confidence in Swami that he will make it right. So I can never forget that day in my life. 23rd is also very famous for me because I was also born on 23rd, but just 6 months away. So March 23rd is born on November 20th. So 23rd is a very common date. So, but I think that has ingrained in everybody's mind and heart. Even people who have not been able to see it physically, but have seen it on by YouTube as well as our radio channels, they could never forget. I think that's one of the most watched video in that particular month because several people kept on seeing it, sent on WhatsApp, and I think it did the maximum views in that particular month. So I think. It was at least somebody has seen it, doing it, happening it. If I had the lucky one because I was there on the ground when it was happening, so it made it feel some more. I didn't do very much of contribution, but at least ensured that it took off.
Wow. I cannot but think how you mentioned that, as a child, you always wanted to go up to heaven. And the way drones went up,
it took it there.
It took your spirits really high.
Actually, you said it because it was, I mean, we never expected such kind of things to happen. We've not seen like that in our life. Okay, we have seen some 10 drones, 20 drones. I'm in Dubai, I've seen a lot of drones, not more than 50, 70, 100 drones, but 2,000 drones, and that too performing different parts of Swami's life. Not an easy thing to do, and I think a lot of work has gone behind in terms of telling it and then matching the commentary with what's happening. It's not easy. So I think a lot of work has done. So kudos to the entire team who has worked on it.
as you mentioned, being in Dubai, how do you remain connected to Swami?
As I said, for me, the day starts with walk of I do around 1 hour, minimum 60-75 minutes walk every day. So I do my namasmaran. I don't listen to music. People have the habit of walking with the music. I don't have anything against them. For me, music is reciting Swami's Om Sri Sai Ram. So I do that 1008 when I walk. I don't count it because that's the count it takes to reach that particular place. And return, I do 108 Sai Gayatri. So that happens much before. So, but balance time I do the bhajan to reach home. So, but that's I live in a place called Dubai Marina. It's a nice place to walk. Nature is, but added to the nature, it's also your mind gets purified, and you don't think about work. You don't think about family. You only devoted to yourself. That 1 hour 70 minutes, 15 minutes. Then you come back, and I have my this starting at 6:28 a.m. in the morning, and that's your 8 o'clock in India. 7:58. That's my alarm rings at 6:28 every day. So I start with my Brinda, this your session of Puttaparthi, starting with Rudram. So every day, even if I travel, whether I'm in Nigeria, which is 3 hours, 4.5 hours time difference between India. So I get up, I send a message. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm still listening to your to the Dhananjay. So I've not missed it at least 90% of my days, except when I'm in flight, which you're not allowed to switch on your YouTube. But I am connected to Swami one way or the other with respect to this. And then my daily bhajan starts with my own prayer, starts with both. Your Suprabhadam, Swami Suprabhadam, Ishwaramba, as well as 108 every day. I have to do it, and then I have to write Om Sri Sai Ram 108. This keeps me connected to Swami, and during that time, no music goes on in my TV, nothing, only a spiritual song or Rudram all goes on. So somewhere it gives you the inner strength mentally to become stronger yourself and anything which you face. My prayers are always for others. I somewhere sometime take it little light. I tell it is Swami's duty to protect me, because I will not pray for myself. I only pray for others. It's your duty to take care of me because I'm doing for somebody else. So it's your job. So some of my friends have said, "Come on, Swami is too busy. Can't only take care of you." But then I have developed that B2B connection that I can go and demand this from Swami. I will do whatever I can do on your as part of a service, but you need to take care of myself. So we had this. Unfortunate incident which is happening in West Asia, but I was lucky enough to get a flight before the all the air closure happened, and being able to come back to Mumbai where I live, and this helped me not to worry about that and continue my work as well as side activities. Also helped me to be in Parthi today. So I think if you believe in Swami and if you believe in yourself, which comes out of belief in Swami, I think there is nothing which is insurmountable. This is my feeling and my own personal experience.
In your corporate life, what are the three principles that you think are your guiding value systems and which has really helped you in fulfilling your responsibilities and ensuring that the team that you have built is a harmonious team and you're able to deliver to your satisfaction and to the satisfaction of the society?
Sure. I think several, but let me start with one. I think Swami also told you have to be passionate about whatever you do. Without passionate, you will also be pulling down the rest of the team, because if you are not passionate, your team will never be passionate. You have no right to expect them to be passionate. First, you have to be passionate. So that's number one. Second is you need to learn, and there's no end to learning. The change in happening around the world in terms of the technology, you need to be absolutely upbeat in terms of picking up with respect to it, and that's the second one. Third is you have to create an atmosphere. It's conducive for people to voice their views, because if it's always top down and you don't want to listen to your team and want to listen to team to listen to whatever you say, gone are those days where people will always listen to whatever you say. They might nod in front of you, but in mentally they'll say, I'm not going to listen to whatever this character is saying because he doesn't believe in himself. I think you have to be true to yourself. And I sometimes tell even my manager, I have one weakness. I am painfully truthful. I tell this as my weakness to my manager, and I can be very truthful. I tell this to all my managers. I'm painfully truthful. If somebody is saying you don't agree, I will not agree because I'm painfully truthful, and this is what I'm known for. You have to be honest with yourself, and you can be honest only if you're honest yourself. You can be honest with others, and that should be, even if you're giving feedback, negative feedback to your team, you have to be honest and tell him that this is not acceptable to the organization and even to the customers. You need to put it in the right way. So I think for me, couple of them, other three is very less to say, but first thing, being passionate is absolutely. Second is honesty. Swami always said that you have to be honest, and third is obviously you're going to create a conducive atmosphere for people to say what they want to say to you. And these three are, and because you are in a country where you work with, I work with the entire Middle East Africa, we work with different communities, different people, different beliefs, and different religions, but you don't need to hurt anybody. For me, still, don't worry about their religion, worry about, everybody has to follow only one thing. They follow their own religion, you have to follow your own religion. Don't, there is only one religion, that is religion of love. And as long as you are able to discuss everybody in the right spirit, people will accept it and go ahead with it. I think I found it very comfortable. As long as it is, you are aligned with the with your expectation, then it's easy for your team to also align with you, but you need to be true to yourself.
So does it happen that your colleagues or your team members uh, sometimes ask you, how are you like this?
Several times. One thing they ask me is, how in the world you are able to get up every day at 4 o'clock? This is a normal question, and that too on a Saturday and Sunday. This is something which I developed. I don't know. It's now more than 8 years now. I'm not a guy who used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but then somewhere I decided, okay, I'm not getting old anymore, younger anymore, so I need to make my body also understand. So we need to start making. So I started. So somewhere it becomes practice, and then people start seeing you do it, and you start. You don't just tell them to boast, but you also make them do it. I also have done way back in 2005, 6, 7, when I was regional manager in industry. I used to ask my team to also walk, make them also. I was not successful, not more than 7 or 8 of them out of 15 I agreed, but it was not easy. But I think the people today are very ready to accept, provided if they're able to feel that they also get some benefit out of it. But each has its own expectations, each has its own likes and dislikes. You need to respect that. And but as long as the purpose of the end result is in line, aligned, then we are okay. But what is not allowed in our company is very, very clear. We cannot do anything which is illegal, or issues which are connected to compliance. Absolutely not allowed. And this is one thing which we tell. This makes it much more comfortable to work with the organization, but this is aligned with Swami. No question of even there is zero tolerance. When we say zero tolerance, it is 100% zero tolerance. There is no chance. Anybody cannot get away with it, I think, irrespective of rank and file. And we have seen a lot of things where people action taken. And this we tell at the initial stage itself. We are whatever we need to go follow the process, and only it's approved, then only we take it forward. So I think people will find it easy when you are able to walk the talk, and then they are ready to accept. It's not easy when you do something and you tell something and then you practice something else. Then it obviously, then people will suspect you, they will suspect your intention, and then they'll say there's only voice, it's not the truth. But once they feel that's the truth, then they don't worry the voice behind it, and then they start. Because I have a lot of people who are send me greetings on Guru Purnima, and they don't send it to their teachers. They send it to me saying that you have been my guru in 2005, 2006, 2015, and these are all my past students. I have not worked with them for the last 10, 15 years, and I feel proud that I've made some changes in their life that they're able to remember even after so many years, some of them more than 1.5 decades. I think this is where you have proved that it's not just during the time you worked with them, but even you carry forward, even after you moved on to new roles or they have moved to new roles, they still keep you in good state and respect. So this comes only by the experience they feel with you.
And I guess Probably many of them also know that you visit Puttaparthi often,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you are devoted to Bhagwan.
I have a bad experience in terms of holidays. In the past, I've taken leave only going to Puttaparthi. I don't go on holidays. Only holidays I go is I go to Puttaparthi. That's how I had been. But so they know if Balaji is on leave, must be in Puttaparthi. That's how that much when I was in India. And even now when I come from Dubai, I ensure that when I'm in India, even if it's only morning, evening, I'll go to Parthi and come back. And for me, it's a kind of place where it gets me back to my roots and gets me peace. And whatever pressure I have, I just put it in front of God and tell you take care of. I don't have anything to worry about it. And there are other people who are worried about it, but I am not worried at all. So I said there is someone to take care of my worries. Don't worry, Swami will take care of this. Somehow you get that experience, and I'm fortunately enough that it has been my work for me all my life, and I'll continue to follow Swami. So I told Sundar, any help you need for any support I can be of any service, please use me. So I will continue to support this service wherever I am, in whichever way I am able to. I will continue to do that.
Have people in your company asked you about Bhagwan, have asked
Yeah,
you
the
about
one I talked
Swami?
about, the country president is a French guy. I never heard about Baba. So when I came first time, when I came for I bought some French books in about Sai Baba and given it to him, and he said I've given his wife. Wife is very interested, so he's moved back to France now. Now he's in Dubai. But there are people who are. I brought a couple of my friends to Dubai to have feel of how this was going around, and nobody is, I would say, have anything negative against Swami, but not all of them are ardent devotees of Swami. That also having said, but everybody on Thursday you get SMS in the morning, Sai Ram, from my classmates, from my colleagues, from my past team members. They send Sai Ram to me. Om Sai Ram, they send every Thursday. So because I like everybody writes TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I do everything I write to my college classmates every Thursday. TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. So I do that every Thursday to my team. So for me, it's a very important day for me on Thursday. So every Thursday I fast between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. But now last 2 3 years I should say I take water and dry fruits. I never used to take even water, but now the doctor has told me you are not anymore younger, you cannot continue. So I've started taking dry fruits and water. Like yesterday Thursday, I had to eat some dry fruits, but otherwise on every Thursday I keep it to the dry fruits and water. This I'm managing it for last, now it's 2010 I started. Now it's almost 15 years now.
When someone interacts with you, it's a very, very positive vibe. It's a vibe of a man who is full of dynamism, and I think the source of that energy is
Oh,
Bhagwan.
no one else. No one else. I think for me this it's the way you imbibe from him, because it's not very complicated. Like if you listen to some the so-called God man, it's very difficult to understand what they say. Too many complicated words and all. But for me, his words are very very simple. Fortunately, being Telugu, I can understand what he says directly without the translation from others. But it's very lucid and not complicated words and all too much of complexity. You pick up any book, any kid can understand. That simple it is. So that's something it's easy to understand and then easy to practice. And not too. He's not asking you to do tapas for 20 years and get this thing. He says be your normal life, but do it in the right way. I think that's where it gives you the strength. And then you also want to give it as an example for the next generation. And you had the opportunity to be in the world when Swami was in the physical form, and that one day was one day I still remember when I got the news on TV. I was in Mumbai that time. I refused to talk to anybody, sitting down in my house in Mumbai and crying for like as a small kid. And my mother got worried. She asked my friends to go to homes to find out what happened to him. And then I went to airport, took a flight, came to Bangalore, and you won't believe I was writing Om Sri Sairam the flight, thinking that some magic will happen for me, because Swami had told 96 years, so I thought some magic will happen. And I was riding home Sri Sairam. There was a guy sitting next to me, and he was looking at it. And he asked me, "Are you going to Puttaparthi?" And Bombay to Bangalore is not only people travel to Puttaparthi. I said, "Yes, I'm going to Puttaparthi. We are also going to Puttaparthi. Would you mind joining us driving down to Puttaparthi? Because we are coming for the first time. We have not gone several times." So he even saved me that few thousand rupees of taxi bill to Parthi on that day when there were no taxis available. Most important was no taxis. But I came there, and we don't know each other. We never connected again ever. That's the first and the last time I met them. I don't know them. They don't know me. I don't even know their name also. We just met them in the flight, and then they dropped me at near Chitravati, and then after that vehicles were not allowed. Then I came here, and I was with the group. But that's one experience where it tells about Swami in such a big crowd on that day. Not a single person misbehaved. We were all in gloom. Unbelievable thing which happened to us personally. We thought would never happen. But Swami, I think that I had the opportunity. I've been coming to Parthi regularly, but just before that, we had this. I was part of the Maharashtra Sevadals, so I'd come with that. I used to get Ganesh duty because I could speak Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, English, so I was always given Ganesh duty. And that year, apart from Ganesh duty, I was also allowed to go along with Swami, carrying the bag to put the books in the whatever letters he gets from Swami, picks it up, they give it and put it in bag. So I used to walk behind Swami. And same year, March it happened, and April Mahasamadhi happened. So it was something he made us realize something is going to happen, because I never had this opportunity ever before. Being so close with him for almost it's a 7-day program, almost 6 days I had that opportunity to be with him. So it was the closest one. On the last day, normally Swami doesn't give that time. He stopped giving Pradha Namaskaram to all the Sevadals coming for the Sevadal duties. But that day he gave it. So we were in the first row. We got the Pradha Namaskaram. We're thinking so happy, we are blessed. But then there was a message that it was going to be the last time we would ever see him. So that's really painful for us to witness in front, but also blessed that he gave us the opportunity to touch his Pada Namaskaram and get it, because that would be the last time physical form we could touch him. So I think that was their message, but it really shook their personal thing. I almost I would say it took almost 2-3 weeks for me to come back to normal. It really painful. I was aloof from everybody, no calls, nothing. I kept myself away. Then over a period of time is the only healer for this. And then we had to accept Swami's decision is final, no questions to that. So then we accepted our life and got on with it. But that's something which personally I felt it, and that too when I had seen him a few days ago in Prasanthi Nilayam, and then it happened after that. So it was painful, but I think it's now, I think present life, we don't miss anymore the physical form, but we feel that Swami is with us all the time. So I've never missed him as much. I missed in the first 2 weeks after the Mahasamadhi, but now I would say I feel him as much as I used to feel him when he was around. I don't feel that, oh, Swami used to be here. That has gone completely. And I think somewhere I would add, so your SSMC is also responsible. You show it him on TV almost every day, so we don't miss him at all. It's like there he's with us in front of us. So and so your since and YouTube has that methodology, you keep looking at every time, so it starts showing you every day something new. So it's like your daily messages, everything starts coming from him. So I would say really I only feel sorry for people who didn't have that opportunity to see him in a physical form, but for those who have seen him, it's no loss at all, because you have Satsang media to take care of that.
And you still come to Prasanthi like before.
Yeah. So you come to Prasanthi Nilayam because you're not coming only for seeing him in physical form. You come for your own mental peace, because Swami, you see him only for a few minutes during the whole day you're here, but you have the effect of it after, even if you don't see him. So right, so that. For me, that's continuing. It's not changed. It's a business. It is. I don't want the word business as usual, but in life is as usual. It's the same. And people ask me whenever I meet somebody in who knows Swami, who heard of Swami, is Prasanthi Nilayam the same when Swami used to be? So I said clockwise, same time every day. You have the morning Omkaram, which I do every day, 21 times in my day, every day. Omkaram happens. We have Suprabhadam happens. Then we have the daily Nagar Sankirtan. We have Rudram. Nothing has changed. It is the same, and this is being done under clockwise precision. And the five dongs happen. Everything is changed. Nothing's changed. Everything happens the same way what has been prescribed by Swami, and it's happening there. No change at all. I don't feel any change at all, except physical Swami is not there. But that's even when physical Swami was there, so much of crowd around Swami, so we always get to do see him from far. But now everybody is same. He has made his samadhi as an equalizer for everybody. He's same for everybody. Everybody has to see him in his formless view. So that's why I would say,
Even now, when you go to the mandir,
yeah,
lot of things happen within you.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
think the same power is there that was there ever.
correct.
And I think that is the reason why people keep coming to Prashanti, because they feel that when they come here, something within them shifts, isn't it?
For you, the peace, what you get, cannot be put in words and thoughts at all. It's an experience. So it's very difficult to tell. We went to Prashant, came, what happened? Nothing happened. It's same. Life is as usual, but that time you spend here, it gives you a lot of happiness and joy, and you go back and share. I was very happy these 2 days. I'm happy that I came here and gone back. That's it. So I think somebody has to come here to get that experience. Yes, Satsang Media Center will do its job, but for people who have not been to Prashant, I always recommend you come. You'll have a different experience. You will not see what you see in any other place. I always tell that start with the same word. There is no hundi in this place. Nowhere in any of the Sai offices anywhere in the world you will have any place where you have to put drop money in there. That's where we clearly say we are doing it for the sake of humanity. We are not here for what we to make money. We want to give opportunity for everybody to feel the power of Swami and the blessing of Swami, which he's been giving it to all the people of the world. So it's for them to come here and absorb it and seeing is believing. So I would always recommend anybody and everybody to come and have a look at Prashant Nilayam. Even if it's for one full day, morning, evening, you'll find the complete difference in your life. So I was planning to come actually on 23rd March. That was my birthday. So I said I told Sundar I'll come on birthday. So he was aware. Then when I told him I'm planning to come yesterday, I told him because I was planning to go to Chennai. And my sister said, why don't you go to Tirupati, Puttaparthi? So I said, okay, I'll go. So I cannot say no to Puttaparthi. Any other place I can say, but Puttaparthi, I'm not going to Chennai. I'm going back to Bombay tomorrow. But I think Swami decides. You are only an instrument in his hands. You have nothing of yourself, nothing at all. So I fully believe in that. And whatever happens, good, bad, ugly, it's always Swami decides the way. You have to somewhere take what you're supposed to go through because that's dharma. You have to follow the your results of your past, but Swami makes it easier for you to accept it. Sometimes you don't go through pain and you wonder what did I do wrong, but you have done wrong in your previous life. You have to pay for it. Swami has told you have to pay for what you have done. You can't escape it. Only thing is he'll make it milder, softer. And I always find that there's so many things which happens which you think it's always draw it off as a coincidence, but everything is happens with the will of God. So that's how once you are able to understand it, then you start to seeing the difference in life.